Aquarius, let's take a look at how March will be impacting you. March is one of the most intense months out of the entire year. We have 2 retrogrades and 2 eclipses. And the cherry on top is Neptune, the planet of dreams and spirituality, will be moving out of Pisces and moving into Aries at the end of the month. Now let's kick off with what's kicking off right at the beginning of the month, and that is Venus, the goddess of love and relationships, going retrograde in the sign of Aries at 10 degrees. Now, Venus is gonna go in retrograde from the sign Aries into the sign Pisces throughout the month. So it will start off in your 3rd house and then move into your 2nd house. And as you can see on the screen, I've highlighted both your 3rd and 2nd house because those 2 areas are going to be very profound. Not only is Venus's retrograde cycle and motion going to go between your 3rd and your 2nd house, but Mercury is also going retrograde this month, which means it will also be going from your 3rd to your 2nd house. And the thing is, although there's loads of energy occurring throughout March, it seems like a lot of repetition, a lot of emphasis on the same themes. That's what it is. Because if we look at both Venus and Mercury going retrograde, Venus goes retrograde on the 1st of March, Mercury goes retrograde on March the 15th. They both are emphasizing on the same thing in different ways though, because Venus is about love and relationships and harmony and creativity, and sometimes it can also be finances. Mercury is about the mind and communication and travel. So they do manifest very differently, but they can have a similar tone and theme to it because they're both going to be moving in the same areas of life. So starting off with the 3rd house, this could have to do with the mind and communication, and because we're looking at Venus here, perhaps there's something you have to kind of like reassess and reanalyze and figure out. If you are in a relationship between you and your partner, maybe you have some communication issues, and maybe the communication is not going smoothly, or maybe that's something as a couple you need to work on or progress forward in, and that may be a theme or a topic that comes up. Perhaps you're not feeling fulfilled, especially being an air sign. You're all about stimulation and ideas and visions and, being progressive. Maybe that's not being, that energy is not being matched and there's some tension there. This could have to do with travel. This could be connected to your environment, your neighborhood, even your daily activities. Perhaps there needs to be a change so you can feel more content, so you can feel more joy. Mercury also emphasizes on this. Now, Mercury is at home in the 3rd house, so again, this is emphasizing on communication and travel in the mind. There is a slowing down, you will be kind of slowing down in this area of life, and there is going to be time for you to kind of process and look at what's working and what's not working in your relationship, or even in your own personal life outside of your relationship. Perhaps you need more stimulation. Perhaps you feel like you need to be in an environment that stimulates you, or you need to explore different energies and areas, and you need more experiences. That could be a manifestation. Now, both Venus and Mercury will move into your 2nd house. The 2nd house rules over self-worth, values, finances, resources, security. That's going to be a huge topic as well. There's going to be a slowing down in that area of life where you're going to have to kind of reassess and reanalyze and rethink, perhaps even re-strategize. And if this involves another person, which it most likely could, because if we look at what's coming ahead with the eclipses, this could, and I'll get into that, this could impact relationships and partnerships. So there's an emphasis and focus on that area as well. Okay, so the energies are supporting and encouraging you to really take your time and not to make any quick decisions, to really take as much time as you need to figure things out and look at the details and really reassess until you come to some sort of, whether it's a solution, a resolution, or a conclusion. Okay, so that is what these energies are encouraging. Now, speaking of your 3rd house, we're also going to have a solar eclipse that happens on March the 29th in your 3rd house. Solar eclipses, they can bring change, they can bring a major shift, although this is a minor solar eclipse, it's still an eclipse, but it's really just kind of like emphasizing on both the Mercury and Venus energies. This could be a change where you do get an opportunity where you get to move or travel or experience something new, or something changes in terms of like your ideas and your mental energy, your how stimulated your mind is, even when it comes to inspiration, something that has to do with communication or your like daily environment as well. There could be a huge shift there. On March the 30th, Neptune, the planet of dreams, spirituality, intuition, creativity, also moves into your third house, and this could actually bring more spiritual, divine inspiration, where you feel more open in your awareness and you're able to channel a lot of creativity. This could be really great for like spiritual epiphanies and spiritual awakenings and understanding spiritual topics, and really helping and assisting you in this spiritual journey that you're on, if you are on one. So that could be a real positive. Now let's take a look at the eclipses. Well, I've just spoken about the solar eclipse, but the main eclipse that's going to happen at the middle of the month, March the 14th, is the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. It's going to happen right at the end of 23 degrees of Virgo. So if we round that up, 24 degrees, the sun will be in Pisces, conjunct Saturn, and the moon will be in Virgo in your 8th house. So this could involve resources, whether that's your resources, shared resources, and finances. This could involve another person, partnerships, anything contractual, or even like taking a relationship on a much more deeper level. And we're looking at intimacy and spiritual depth and transformation. So the lunar eclipse here, being a south node lunar eclipse, it's about releasing, it's about letting go, it's about endings, okay? And this could be very liberating and freeing, where it can actually be a positive, okay? And I know it's easy for you to let go because you're an air sign. Even though you're a fixed air sign, letting go can actually be very freeing and liberating for you. You're one of those individuals that, you're not that attached to things. You have a detached nature, which can sometimes work out in your favor because it's easy for you to let go. Where for others, it's kind of a challenge. For you, it can be easy. Now, this is something that even may manifest very intensely because we are looking at the 8th house and Saturn is opposing the moon here. So there could be some kind of like challenge or restriction or a delay in this moving forward process, or in, coming to a conclusion or coming to some sort of solution or some sort of resolution. This could even encourage you to kind of reorganize the 8th house or restructure finances and resources, and really to pay attention to the details. What are you missing out on? What are you just like overlooking or even underlooking? It's time to really look at everything very specifically to detail, even though the south node energy is pushing us to not be perfectionists, but yet again, this energy is telling you to remove the rose-tinted glasses and be very sober and realistic when it comes to anything you share with somebody, whether that's resources, whether that's finances, whether that's just like having a spiritual connection with somebody. It's time to reassess, reanalyze, and that's all that retrograde energy, but also the Virgo energy that's telling you to pay attention to the detail. But something profound can happen in this area of life. So Aquarius, I hope this month brings you the change that you are seeking, and I will catch you very soon.